It's pretty hard to believe that it has been 5 years since Spider-Man on the PS4 released on the PlayStation 4. And I mean, that's wild, especially considering how Spider-Man 2 is just gonna come out in like about 40-ish days or so, probably 39 right now. And I mean, it's crazy. Like, this game means so much to me, and I know a bunch of other people as well. I remember when it was, first revealed at E3. I believe it was, God, was it 2016, 17, 18? It's been a bit. I think it was 2016. And you gotta understand, like, at that time, like, we were, I think, in a time of the TASM games, or the TASM movies getting games. And those are fine. I like TASM 1 game better than 2. But like, we haven't really had like an original story and plot since, or like at least good, since stuff like the Shattered Dimension at the time, stuff like that. And so to get this reveal that like the people behind like Ratchet and Clank are doing a Spider-Man game with this brand new design, which I remember like people were flipping out at the giant white spider. It was super controversial. I honestly liked it even back then. My only complaint with that original design is how the orange just is orange and it's not like a red. I don't know if it was just the lighting or whatnot, but obviously in the second game they seem to have fixed that. That was such a time. I was so excited, and then of course me being a big Ben 10 fan, I immediately knew that, oh shit, Spider-Man's being voiced by Ben Tennyson, Yuri Lowenthal, and it was so exciting, super just wild time, and as we got more information, as it kept going, eventually the game released. We found out about Doc Ock. We had like Mary Jane, who I think the stealth missions in PS4, I didn't have a problem with them. I understand to some people that they find it like a drag, a bore, it cuts the pace, but honestly, whenever I replay the game, I get fatigued just doing Spider-Man stuff. Not that the game is super just generic and you do one thing, like, which technically in the sense you want to think about it does. However, it's fun, so it doesn't like matter how many people you beat up or how many times you swing, like you enjoy it. But when I'm going through the story and I'm trying to see the story, I do like to see this perspective of, how is this to like a normal human who doesn't have these abilities. And I think this is perfectly shown with the the scene with the train station, Grand Central, and you're like Mary Jane, you're looking up into the roof, and you just see him like being this like bug on the ceiling, taking out enemies for you. And I really enjoyed it. It was super immersive. And then of course we had super controversial stuff like the Puddle Gates controversy, which to this day I'm pretty sure it's confirmed that they didn't mess with the graphics, but there is something where when you look at those old trailers, I don't know if it's just like particle effects or specific lighting or whatever, it does look, I guess, a little bit more gritty, I would say. But I mean, regardless, the game still looks really good. And it was also just, it was re-released and kind of cleaned up a bit with the PS5 version. Man, I mean, Spider-Man means so much to me. This game, it was amazing. To me, it's still like maybe like a 9 to 10, like a 9. It's not perfect, but it's damn well close. Like it pretty much has almost everything you want in a Spider-Man game. And I mean, it almost got Game of the Year. Like, it was at least a contender, which is crazy. It was just like you were playing a movie. But yeah, I mean, I just kind of wanted to speak about that. Like, super, just cool to know that it's been 5 years, which is kind of scary. But there's that, and then I have just a couple of little updates which I've kind of been releasing in like my posts on YouTube, but we've also got some images from Insomniac. So we got some, I guess you would just, the city itself. I do think the lighting is a little bit better. I would have to see like a comparison, honestly, but I mean, no, it looks good. We got tons of people, we got cars, which is great. It looks like it won't be held back because I mean, it was just made for the PS5 in mind. So Times Square looks great. Then we got our next image, which I'm not from New York. I forget what this is called. This sort of monument-esque piece, but I mean, yeah, this also, just look at that. It looks great. And then of course we've got the character posters. So we've got Peter Parker, Black Suit Peter. We got Miles, and then Kraven. I mean, and then this also obviously just gives us a better look at the advanced suit 2, Mark 2. I don't know why they don't say Mark 2. It's just advanced suit. But if you kind of zoom in here, it's pretty much now confirmed that yeah, they did change the outline of the red bits from black to white. And honestly, I really like this choice. I think it makes it to where the chunkier white pieces, so obviously the big spider, we have some thicker parts around the wrist, and then I know on his belt, like this little piece is a little bit more of a thicker white. It doesn't make it stand out as much, and it kind of makes it like more cohesive, and it kind of goes along well, nice forming to it. And I really enjoy it. I think it looks really great. I'm also still surprised that, like, I'm not too bummed that they don't really have the red boots still. Like, I thought that would bother me, but it really doesn't. I really like how that is so far. So that's the event suit. And then obviously we have, just this amazing, this black suit design is just amazing. I know some people don't like the armor kind of, I guess, parts of it, and then we also have like the more organic parts that I think are moving. Like looking back at like some gameplay, it does look like it's moving, but this looks great. I love this. I love how like the white is like a little bit like a ooze, like it looks like it would actually be kind of a fleshy feel if you were to touch it. Super great. You're gonna go down with, then we have Kraven, who is just a chunky boy. Look at this dude. Oh my god, he looks great. God, look at that forearm. That's not even a forearm. I'm a failure. Anyways, yeah, it looks great. I mean, it's Kraven. Nothing much to complain. Actually, I just realized the end piece of his knife has a lion head. That's cool. That's a cool detail. And then of course we've got Miles here, the fresher Spider-Man, which not too much of a change with his design. Some of the black bits on like the legs and such are different. I think the color is more of the same compared to, I think in the Miles game, some of the black pieces were a little bit of a different color. And then obviously the big change is how the red on his shoulders, you know, they go downward into his arm and then cut off with like the finger bits. I personally still don't like it. I feel like with Miles's original just design, it's so perfect. It's almost hard to give it new life. This is fine, but I mean, if they give me the option on like a second playthrough, I will definitely do that original look. But it's not too bad. It looks good. And then of course we've got Venom, which, as a lot of people have said, he is honestly in a similar pose to Peter up here. If you kind of look, obviously he has more of a Spider-Man hand right there. It's kind of interesting that they chose that, so I don't know what that means, theories, whatever, but I mean, look at him. He just, he looks like a beast. Obviously we have Venom toes, which I want to say I wish we didn't have Venom toes, but I feel like, would it look weird if he just kind of had like a boot look? I don't know. What do you guys think? Obviously his big talons of his hands, that mouth, and like just look like the teeth that just, they don't fit. Oh man, it's crazy. Yeah, he's a beast. Obviously he has a similar build to Kraven, but I'm assuming he's gonna have a bigger build. I'm just super excited, you know. Nothing much to complain there, but yeah, just a small update. I kind of wanted to release this to just, you know, celebrate 5 years, which is crazy. Originally I did want to let's play that first game, the DLC and Miles, on my Let's Play channel, which is up. I can link it. Still in the works, but you know, I don't think I would have enough time. And so I'm just gonna kind of stick to it and just do Spider-Man 2, Sonic, and then the new Mario game as like our first kind of videos over there. Of course, I will be posting Spider-Man 2 stuff here. Like, I'll probably make a compilation of like maybe emotional moments or like funny moments in the game here. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to separate it to not just have like videos like this where it's like news or like goofy like me playing Mario kind of stuff, and then also like a whole let's play. I just kind of wanted to make it more organized, and yeah, I appreciate it a lot. Also, I have made a Discord. I will link that down in the comments below, as well as with like my Twitter, TikTok, stuff like that. Obviously my social media will be down below as always, so if you like me, I would love to see you down there. We can talk. I have a bunch of different channels. There's of course a Spider-Man channel, obviously. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Just a quick one. Have a good one and take care.